This is Sam Ohaj
And John
with
Matthews.
Season 7 of GBTV's The Gameclock. Today is December 16th as this recording is happening, so all sports may not be up to date. In your varsity news, Newburgh basketball has started off 3-0. The men's varsity team is doing extremely well, and they have impressive wins over Washingtonville and Middletown. They'll look to continue their strong season under Coach Dino.
The boys varsity swimming beat Kingston, but they also lost to the reigning section champions Monroe Woodbury. They're 1-1, and they look to bounce back this week with a slew of meets to come.
And Gameclock's very own Max DiCaprio has started off his impressive wrestling season 10-0 so far. So congratulations to Max DiCaprio and the Newburgh wrestling team. Max is looking to get an NFA career 200 wins. He will definitely do it. And your MLB, NBA, and NFL news. Garrett Cole got paid. Finally. It seems like this was something a lot similar with the Yankees when they did with CC Sabathia. The Yankees signed him to 9 years, $327 million. That's the most ever for a pitcher in MLB history, and he's going to dominate. You saw what he did with the Astros when he got a good pitching coach, and he turned his career around. But the Yankees, they finally are coming back to this evil empire sort of identity.
Imagine saying no to $327 million. I couldn't imagine that.
Yeah, no, it was awesome, and a lot of Yankees fans are happy because all these years are like, oh, we're going to get Machado, oh, we're going to get Harper, and Cashman and them weren't willing to sign these players because they knew that this was their guy. They wanted to wait for him, and then they finally made the offer out to him. And another win for Scott Boras, who is Garrett Cole's agent. He had another win with Anthony Rendon to the Angels, who got paid, and it seems like they finally paired Mike Trout with a great baseball player, great third baseman. Rendon
Finally has some help.
Yeah, but
one man's not going to change the whole entire team.
And then Cleveland Indians ace Corey Kluber was traded to the Rangers. They need to save money. They're looking to trade Francisco Lindor too.
And he's not the same Cy Young pitcher as he was a few years back.
And it's crazy to think that the Indians were in the World Series. They made it to Game 7, and they haven't made it back since. Everyone thought they were going to be so dominant and so great for the next 5-10 years, and that's what happens in the MLB. You can't really predict who's going to win.
Yeah, it's a crazy fall off. But in the NBA news, the Knicks fire head coach David Fizdale after a rather short tenure with the team, and they pick up head coach Mike Miller. They want him to turn the tides with the team, but so far nothing's changed yet. But I think it's more of a long-term move.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously their first game after firing Fizdale, they won 2 in a row, but they got blown out against the Denver Nuggets last night. But that's what the type of coach you need. They're looking to hire a decent head coach like Mark Jackson next offseason, which will be great for the Knicks. RJ Barrett still has time to develop. The Knicks will probably have a top 3 pick again this year, so they could pair up RJ with LaMelo Ball or Cole Anthony or someone who's going to be good. And we'll see where the next season takes them. They're not making the postseason, but it's always fun to watch the New York Knicks, I guess.
Yeah, Frank Ntilikina looks like he's made some tremendous strides as of last year. His offensive game is really starting to catch up with his defensive game, and he's a nice complementary piece with the rest of the team. I hope he stays with the Knicks for a very long time.
Yeah, no, he could shut down some of the best players in the league. And in other NBA news, Zion Williamson might not play this season. And it's starting to look like he may be Greg Oden 2.0. I don't want to say it because it's super early in his career, but a big man with injuries often is not the best solution in the NBA. And also, too, I understand where the Pelicans are coming from. That's your number 1 overall pick. He was so dominant in college player of the year, and you don't want to see him go down with injury and possibly risk your number 1 overall pick because that's your franchise player.
Yeah, and well, when you're 6'5" and 300 pounds, you're going to be very injury prone, especially in the knee to ankle area, which obviously that's the area of question with Zion Williamson. We'll see how he takes this whole injury process and how he bounces back. But a team, in my opinion, who's been a pleasant surprise to watch is the Miami Heat. They have a perfect mix of veteran and youth and young talent, and it's just so exciting to watch them play. And they can compete with some of the best teams. You know, they took the LA Lakers, who are just unstoppable. They took them into overtime. It's very fun to watch that team play.
Yeah, and something too about the Lakers is that ever since they lost on opening night to the Clippers, they've only lost 2 games. That's crazy to think about. But LeBron, like I said, once he gets his star player, he takes his game to another level. And I don't know, but the two players that are in MVP consideration, on the other hand, are Giannis and Luka Doncic. Doncic is literally getting 40-point triple doubles every other day. Giannis has improved his game every single day he plays, and it's fun to watch this season. And also too, the dark horse MVP candidate, he won it a couple years ago. I want to give it to James Harden. He goes out and drops 60
wow,
and
yeah.
40, and he's probably one of the best scorers in NBA history. He's
Without a doubt.
the step back three, no one could guard him. And your NFL news. And surprising upset news, the Falcons beat the 49ers in the last 5 seconds with the go-ahead touchdown to Julio Jones. Kind of a shocker of a loss for the 49ers, especially with their defense being so dominant. But no Richard Sherman, no Dee Ford. A lot of their starting players are out. Quan Alexander's out for the year with a torn pec.
Yeah, they're starting to fall apart. But, I mean, the Falcons were getting cheated a little bit within that last drive. They scored 3 times on that last drive, and they called... One was pass interference that wasn't called, and the second one was a catch by tight end Austin Hooper that was called back. But they finally got the win in the last few seconds. I guess that's all that matters. But once again, the officiating is really starting to take a toll on the NFL, and it has too much weight in the way that the...
College football news. Ohio State will play Clemson as the 2 and 3 seeds, and LSU will play Oklahoma as the 1 and 4 seeds. The College Football Committee got it right, and I congratulate them for actually doing something once because they wanted to put Georgia in there so badly, and Georgia finally got beat by LSU in a blowout fashion. So thank you, LSU. No Georgia.
Go Tigers.
Exactly. And they also got it right too with the Heisman candidates with Justin Fields, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, and Chase Young.
With Joe Burrow being the undoubtable, I think, undisputed Heisman Trophy winner, and I don't think there's any question about that either.
Yeah, no, he had 95% of his ballot on his vote, which is the most ever for a Heisman winner, and it's crazy to see someone who's transferred from so many schools, Georgia, Ohio State to LSU, and he's going to be the number 1 overall pick, so congratulations to Joe Burrow, and the Ohio native will return home like LeBron.
Yeah, I'm glad he found the right fit.
Go Tigers.
And in the college basketball news, top three team Ohio State loses to division rival Minnesota in almost a blowout fashion. They were down by as big as 21. They cut the lead to within 10, but they ended up falling short at the end.
Yeah, it stinks when you don't have your high-volume shooter in Dwayne Washington Jr., who can hit the three very well and facilitate the ball around. But they got to just start grabbing more boards. You saw what they could do against top-ranked teams in UNC and stuff, but that's the issue you see with a lot of... I feel like that's the trend we're seeing with a lot of college basketball teams this year is that they dominate when they need to, but they play down to their competition. You always got to play higher than your opponent.
I don't know about that. I just feel like any team can win at any given moment, and let's not discredit Minnesota. I mean, they have stars. They're a very good team. Let's not discredit them. It's not like they're really that low of a difference between Minnesota and Ohio State. They are in the same conference, but I just feel like it's so much easier in college basketball out of any sort of sport or any league of sports to lose to any other team, just like Virginia with UMBC.
Yeah, that was crazy when the 16th seed beat the number 1 seed for the first time ever. But at least Virginia redeemed themselves last year when they won the NCAA tournament. But anyway, I'm Sam Ohaj.
And I'm John Matthews.
This is the Game Clock.